Yo, what is up guys? It is Samool back again with another Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about a topic that has become a pretty huge topic of discussion recently because of the release of some newer gacha games such as Artery Gear and Counterside, and that is going to be about QOL, or quality of life changes, for Epic 7. Before we do get started with the video though guys, if you guys are interested in watching me play Epic 7 or Artery Gear or other gacha games in live time, make sure you guys subscribe to me on YouTube to get updates when my stream goes live, where I do play Epic 7 and other games while helping you guys out if you guys have questions, and also just having a good time in general while talking with you guys. Now, if you guys don't know what QOL is, it basically means, interface changes that makes the game a lot more convenient to play and easier to play, such as being able to level up your heroes to max level with a click of one button that will, put in all the penguins for you, or even the penguin mileage system that has been implemented in the game, where after adventure mode you get penguins now if you do have a max level unit on your team. Now, before we get started though, I'm not saying that Artery Gear or Counterside is better than Epic 7. I actually personally still prefer Epic 7 quite heavily to both of these games, but I do think these changes will make the gameplay experience a lot more fun for players like you and me, and also they're just my personal thoughts on what I think should be implemented to make the game just more fun in general. That being said, let's talk about the first big thing that I think is required in Epic 7 very soon, and that is going to be an updated auto battle system. So first and foremost, the pet on your lobby, not only does this guy, help you with your loot and giving you extra buffs, but also you get another pet that can actually help you auto repeat battle, which you just repeatedly do the same stage over and over. The thing is, in Artery Gear, which I've been playing recently, you can do this offline. I mean, you can set up your auto repeat battle, turn off your phone, or I guess do something else on your phone, and you're still going to be farming in the background. This is very nice because Epic 7 drains your battery so much, and this is a good thing and a bad thing. Smilegate actually gives you a lot of energy in Epic 7, and it's good because you have a lot of things to do, but it's bad because you have a lot of things to do on a game that actually drains your battery and makes your phone really hot, because that's the problem I have. So recently I've just been farming on my emulator now because my phone kind of started to die. So I think Smilegate really needs to add the fact, or the system, where you can actually battle in the background, because they do have a lot of things for you guys to do in game recently, and because they have a lot of events going on, and because of the QOL changes they started to implement by giving us more energy, I do think if they add like an offline battle system, or at least a system similar to like Summoners were, where we can play like World Arena or do other stuff while we're farming, it'll just make the game a lot more fun, because I waste a lot of time just farming and doing my dailies in Epic 7 that it gets to a point where I just don't want to do anything after anymore, especially once you do it every single day for a long time, for like years, right? You kind of get sick of it. So I think by adding an offline battle system, or just something to do while you're auto repeat battling, it'll just be a huge good update for Epic 7. The other thing that I really hate about this game that I think they need to update is just adding more inventory slots. You get so many of these trash pieces when farming adventure, which I don't know why these drop still anyways. I think they should just give us charms, because they just eat up your inventory space. And also when farming hunts, sometimes your hunt auto repeat battle gets stopped and you guys don't even realize it, and it's just really annoying because your inventory actually fills up so fast. Now some of you guys might say, well, they gave us inventory storage. Yes, they did, but this is also really annoying to manage. You're gonna see I'm not even using it because sometimes I put in gear here and I just completely forget about it, and it's just really annoying to do. I think instead of adding inventory storage or equipment storage, they might as well just have given us more inventory space, right? It's basically the same thing, just all on one menu, so it's a lot more easier. I don't know why they make us go into another menu. You have to, move your pieces and remember that they're there and stuff like that. Also, when you farm a lot of hunts late game, you're going to start locking pieces that have like, speed on it, because you're speed chasing, because the meta recently was all about speed. You guys already know that like a lot of pieces, right, that just have any speed on it, you're going to end up locking and you want to roll, because yeah, cleaving was really strong, and it just really ate up your inventory space, and you guys most likely didn't have enough charms to actually speed chase on everything, so you just run out of inventory space. It was really annoying for me, at least, and I think it was probably annoying for you guys as well. So I think it's a big change. I think just adding a little bit more inventory space will just make the game a lot more bearable, especially when it comes to farming like adventure and hunts, and you guys don't have to always constantly rearrange your inventory over and over. Next, I want to talk about is something not too significant, but it is going to be auto-locking units and artifacts that you get, especially that are new. It is something that is in Artery Gear. I think it's pretty nice. Also because it's just really annoying, because some people actually end up using some of their artifacts as fodder on accident, or even heroes as well. And it's just really, really annoying to deal with if that happens, because, you know, it kind of makes me want to quit the game. I've actually done that once with an ML5. I'm not going to talk about who it was because it's making me really sad, but it did happen. I actually did pull this, for example, from the 10 summons. It didn't lock automatically, so I'm going to have to do it like this. Also, it would be really nice if they just, you know, made it so I can arrange and click everything that I want to unlock and just press a button here that makes it lockable or unlockable. I don't know why that's not a thing. It should be a thing. It's really annoying. But it is a very simple QL change, because, you know, a lot of times after I'm done pulling artifacts, I'm just like scrolling down, looking for which ones I want to lock, which ones I want to limit break and stuff like that. Just by adding those few buttons, I think it'll just make it a lot more quicker and the game a lot more, you know, less stressful to deal with when you're talking about like units and artifacts that you pull. Next, I want to talk about is equipment preloadouts. So I don't know why this is not a thing, but for example, it would be so much nicer for a unit such as like Hwayang, right? Or even like Ravi, right? So Ravi you can use in PvP and PvE. So Ravi can be used in Automaton Towers, it can be used in Ancient Inheritance, very strong, just a general purpose unit. And in PvP, you can use her basically anywhere you want as long as she's good in the draft. The thing is, in PvE, you run her on speed most of the time. PvP, you run on counter. So it'd be nice if you had like a button here, or like a set 1, set 2, right? And if someone else is equipping the gear, it gives you like a notice, right? Because yeah, sometimes it just gets really annoying. For me, when I actually have units that I run on 2 sets for PvE and PvP, I have to take a picture on my phone and then I have to look at it and remember which units have it. I have to write it down. It's really annoying. Just by having preloadouts, just way more easier. I don't know why that's not a thing actually. RW Gear made me realize, yeah, that should definitely be a thing. So yeah, I think that's a really good change. I think it'll help the game out a lot, because just, you know, switching around your gear, you know, you don't really want to do it anyways because of something else I'm going to talk about right after this. But when you do have to do it, it's just really annoying to remember, right? Like for me, for example, when I do like a showcase of a unit and I use them in PvP, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I switch around the gear to make the unit a little bit stronger. So yeah, for me, it's just really annoying switching it back. So I think that's a really nice change that would be in the game. Also, relating to equipment, they should remove unequip costs, right? So right now it doesn't actually cost any gold because it's unequip event, and they do have these unequip events very more frequently nowadays because people have been complaining. But I do think they should just remove the unequip cost altogether, because late game players, mid game players, usually for unequip events, that's when you do like Abyss, because you can move all your best pieces to your Abyss characters without spending a crap ton of gold. Also, it is the time where you try out a lot more units in PvP. But besides the unequip, or outside of the unequip events, you're not going to really be doing anything experimental, right? I think it's really toxic for the game. It just makes the game really, for me, like really unfun, because yeah, I want to try out a lot of units, I want to give them my best gear, but I can't because, you know, like for instance, my summertime, or my Milim, right, is running one of my best speed sets, right? And I just can't put this on anything I want to try because I have to put it back right after, and it's just a waste of gold. So just remove the gold cost of unequipment altogether. I know that the game needs a gold sink, but unequipping is definitely not it, because it definitely makes the metas way more stale, because people definitely try less heroes out because of the gold cost being so high. And I think for sure they need to remove the gold cost for unequipping. It just makes the game super toxic. You're just going to see the same units, same meta units all the time in Arena and World Arena, except for maybe during the unequip events. So I think they should definitely remove this, because it's 50k per piece for unequipping, right? If you misclick, right, 50k gone. And for me, right, that might not seem like a lot, but it really adds up over time if you're really trying to, you know, use certain units. So I think that is one thing that they really need to change. So another thing we're going to talk about is actually going to be about the banners. So for banners, right, a lot of people don't really know where to look for when, you know, what is coming out next, right? Usually people just wait for the banner to end, a new banner pops up, they're like, oh, this banner is running now, right? Or, you know, you guys watch my videos and I talk about the banners in the future. But I think it'd be nice if, similar to the Mystic Summon, right, you could do this and you could see what is going to be coming next on the banner, right? So you can see for next week, the Moonlight rotation's changing. For here, we cannot see it, right? It doesn't really change. There should be like a button here that like actually lets you be able to see what's next, because I think it'd be a lot more helpful. You know, I think a lot more information needs to be available in the game rather than, you know, having to look it up. So I think that would be a very, very nice change. Another huge change, and I think this is one of the biggest ones for me. For me, since I've been playing for a long time, I've scrolled through this secret shop so much. Now, the question I have for you guys and Smilegate is, why do I have to scroll to see one more piece? Can you guys tell me? That makes no sense. Why can't it be 1, 2, 3? You guys can see where I'm clicking, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? That would make so much more sense. And it just doesn't make sense to me, because when you look at the equipment storage, they have it laid out like this, right? Why isn't it like this? And you just buy it right next to it. It's just so much smaller and compact, and you don't have to scroll. And if you guys have been buying from the secret shop, which you guys should have been the entire time, but if you guys have been buying it from the secret shop on your phone, you guys know how annoying it is to scroll down on this, right? So I only buy from this on my computer because it's just so annoying. It's like the huge change I think they need to add. And honestly, I'd be even more down if they increased the cost to 30 and they gave us a lot more to choose from, and there could be multiple bookmarks, because this takes so long. And this is the reason why I hate pulling for new units. It's not because, I'm gonna get unlucky. It's just I hate sitting here for like hours and hours and just clicking this button, scrolling down, oh, nothing's at the bottom, and then the worst part is when you scroll down here, it like bounces back up. So I'm like, oh my god, I have to like readjust my eyes, right? Stuff like that. So, I think they need to fix this interface. This is like really outdated. It's like really crappy. No matter how I, resize my BlueStacks, I still have to scroll. So I think they should definitely change this, right? And you guys probably will agree with me if you guys have been playing the game for more than like a month. So yeah, I think this is a huge change that they need to change. So another thing, just a few more things, guys, I'm going to talk about are, first, let's talk about MolaGora. So I personally think Smilegate needs to implement a way to actually get back your MolaGora on units you don't use. For example, let's talk about Holiday Euphine. Yep, she has no gear. I have a lot of MolaGora invested because I needed the cooldown. I wanted the CR increase, right? Or the CR decrease, I guess. And I don't know why I molded this, to be honest. But anyways, so how much mold did I end up investing? If we count it all together, right? This is going to be 3. This is going to be 6, 9, 14. Math is hard. 15, 16, 17. So do you know how much mold that is? That's about half a month of MolaGora. So yeah, and I literally invested into her, and right after I invested into her, maybe like a few weeks after, she's out of the meta. So that's just like, okay, half a week or half a month of all my Mola is gone. So I think there needs to be like a function or a feature to actually be able to refund at least your Mola, even like maybe your penguins and stuff, but I think that's a stretch. Definitely MolaGora though, because that is time limited. Maybe like once a month they give you like a currency, or maybe once every epic pass there's a currency at the end where you can use it, like the potion of ascension in your inventory, or like anything that you can use as a consumable to actually be able to like refund a MolaGora of one character. That'd be so much nicer. I'm not saying they should be able to do it for every single character, but I'm saying like they should at least give it out pretty frequently, maybe like once a month, once every 2 months, right? Because it's just by nature in gacha games, units are going to become unviable. And I think Smilegate, if they want to combat that or make it less, painful, especially in a game where MolaGora is very important, then they should definitely give us a refund option, maybe once a month or once every 2 months, similar to League of Legends, where you can refund champions once every, season or half a season, whatever it is. But yeah, that being said, also for 4 costs, they need to reduce the MolaGora costs. I know it's already low, but it's still high. Oh, hey, thank you. But still, it's still high. Like 4 for +5, it should be like 3. This should be like a +1 still. Maybe even +2 is okay, but like lower it by a bit. Because 4 costs, just base stat wise, they're lower than 5 costs, and it makes you a lot more hesitant to invest in it, right? There's so many 4 costs in the game that people just actually don't end up trying out because, they just don't want to invest Mola, right? And if you lower the MolaGora costs, you can try them out. Like I want to try out Rin, right? I want to try out like ML Acades, right? I want to try out Mirsa, right? Like Troublemaker Crozet, I'm just like hesitant because he's always in and out of the meta so much, right? And because the MolaGora costs are so high, I'm just really hesitant to do it. I think by lowering the costs for 4-star, it would be a lot better. So yeah, just 2 more things we're going to talk about. First off, I think Expedition, right? Very important thing to do. I have not been doing it this month because I'm lazy. And the biggest reason is because I just don't want to waste my energy on it because there's just so many random hunt events. I think they definitely need to make it so that the energy cost is a little bit lower. I'm not saying just make it like free or like super low, just like lower it by like 3 or 4 per run because you have to do so many every single month to get this done. And just by lowering it by a bit, it'll just help us out a lot. I know Smilegate gives us a lot of energy every single day anyways, but I do think if they lower this a bit, it will just make it a lot more easier for everyone to complete it because this is a very important feature. And you get so many rewards, and a lot of people skip out on it that I know of because they're just lazy and the energy costs, they'd rather use it for hunts, right? Because expeditions don't really give you gear. It gives you ways to enhance your gear or like make your gear better. And if you're newer to the game, it just feels really bad to do it because it just costs so much energy. So I think they should lower the energy cost just to help out newer players a bit because it kind of is counterintuitive at the beginning of the game. the last thing I want to talk about, not anything too special, I would really like a way to be able to talk to friends in this game. I can't message anyone. So if I meet someone, I can't even say hi. So it's just, I don't, like, what the point of the friends list, like, this should not even be a my friends list. This should be a supporter list. And honestly, nowadays, you don't really need supporters anymore because you can always just bring 4 max level characters with gear and get penguins that way while farming catalysts. So to be honest, what is the point of the friends list, right? Like, the only point in the friends list is for completely new players to actually have supporters to carry them in adventure or whatever. But after that, this is not really useful anymore, right? So I think they need to add a way where friends are useful. Maybe, I guess, if you're like inviting people to custom games in World Arena, but for the most part, it just feels completely useless to me right now. And I just, like, I don't even like interact with anyone. Everyone interacts on Discord, right, when they're in guilds and stuff. So I think it'd be a nice way to have more friend interaction if you can just chat with people, right? So that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, you know, pretty long list. I know it's a pretty long video, and I could go on for like hours and hours because there's always like small things, right? Like, oh, I want the, you know, lobby screen, you know, why are the people sitting in the back here? They should all be sitting in the front. Like, there's stuff like that, right? But I just hit on the main points that I thought were very important, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. If you guys disagree with any of my points and you think that they're stupid or maybe like not, you know, a good idea, then let me know in the comments down below. I'm really curious what you guys think, and if you guys have other things you guys want fixed, then let me know as well. And as always, guys, we'll be streaming very soon on YouTube again, so make sure you guys check my stream out. I'm glad to talk to you guys and answer any questions about Epic 7 or anything, even life in general, just whatever you guys want. And yeah, we'll be back with another video soon, and thanks for watching. Peace.